What's up everyone, my name's Eric and today we're gonna open a box. It said this from Chapman, but there's not a Chapman guitar inside, so let's see what's inside. Alright, and we have a Dean of some sort. You probably know what it is at this point, but let's open it up anyways. If it's going to be a Dean, you know what signature guitar I'm kind of after at this point, you know, if it's going to be a Dean or a Washburn. So here we go, let's open this case, which smells like cigarettes.
Smokes, let's go.
Alright, so here we go. As you guys know, that this is a Dean guitar that's going to be in here, and as I said earlier, if it's a Dean guitar of any kind, you know it's going to be a Dimebag guitar, and which is this one is. Now we're going to see what it actually is. I know what it is, but this is my first time actually opening it. And got a lot of cardboard on here. We got a t-shirt, which I'll probably have to get rid of if it smells like smoke, which it probably does. And we have, this actually showed up in one piece, very good. If you guys can see here, we have, let's take this out here. We got the Dean ML Dimebag Shadow Edition. Now, I remember when these things first came out and I wanted one for a real long time, and I finally had this thing now. This is sick. And it's an all black Dimebag appointed Dean ML. I can't wait to kind of get this in and plug it in. It looks like we have a missing toggle switch cap here. Easy fix as well. We got the licensed Floyd Rose. We got, I think this is both Dean pickups here. You know, this is definitely not a Bill Lawrence because the magnet size is definitely way too big on the pickup and the bridge here. But yeah, I mean, this is also a very early made in Korea, like 2007 model, which is like, pretty sure this is the first year these things came out, which is sweet. And this thing's like dead mint. No back plates, I think. Oh no, we got back plates and screws in there. This is good. All right. Okay, let's get this thing strung up and tuned up, and let's plug it right in, and I'll show you a few more shots. Alrighty, here it is. We got the Dean Dimebag ML Shadow from 2007. First year production, absolutely dead mint. And you know, like the fretboard has some gunk on it, but that's nothing a little bit of TLC is gonna fix, which I gotta do because the owner of this guitar actually shipped it with all the tension pretty well off of the strings and off the neck, just so nothing gets damaged in shipping. That's common with Floyd Rose and tremolo guitars for the most part. So I got to set this thing up, probably put it in D or something, because I mean Dimebag had a guitar, a black Dean ML like this for the I'm Broken video, which was the bullet hole one, the one that fell apart. You guys probably saw that in Ola Englund's video when he went through Dimebag's guitar vault and saw 20 guitars or whatever that Dimebag would played through his career. But yeah, this thing's pretty awesome. Not a nick of damage or anything on it. We got there's the back of it. A little bit of a damage there, but honestly, for a guitar this old and for a big pointy guitar like this, like, it's kind of expected, but whatever. Honestly, these early Deans were made so well. It's like, if you can find one, just go grab one. I said that about my Dave Mustaine VMNT. And every other early Dean that I've had, you know, they're really good. My 2005 USA Dean from Hell, same story. Like, even compared to the newer USA Deans, when they were still making the Dimebag ones, they're all still great, but I always felt like the later Korean and import versions of the Dimebag guitars, they were just missing something. I don't know what it was, just maybe the attention to detail wasn't there like it used to be, like with these early Korean models, but I don't know, hard to say. If you have a really good 2000s post 2010 DNML that you're really stoked on and it feels great, just let me know in the comments, because from what I've heard from a lot of people, they're just kind of okay, not amazing. But if you have an amazing one, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear it. So let's clean this up and let's get to some tone. And here we have the 2007 Dean Dimebag Shadow, all done up and kind of came back to life a little bit. Fretboard has been cleaned up, the frets are polished, and gave the guitar a little wipe down and a once over, set up the Floyd Rose and everything, so this is good to go. I haven't really plugged it in to play anything through it, just basically just to tune the thing up to C-sharp standard 450 Hertz. So you can kind of do that tuning, or you can go D standard like 430, 428, 425 hertz around there. Those will both get you in the ballpark of where Dime was kind of tuning. Okay. Otherwise, as a traditional Dimebag spec guitar, for the most part anyways, which we'll get to the differences in a second, we have a all mahogany body and neck, we got a rosewood fingerboard, and Grover tuners. We got a Floyd Rose. In this case, we have a licensed Floyd Rose. We also have the Dimebag traction knobs on the 2 volumes right here, just so you can grip the volume pots a little bit easier, just turn them up and down. 3-way pickup selector, and then we have some of the differences here now. Well, the first big difference is that we have the Razorback inlays on the fingerboard here, which is only on the Razorback models, whether that's the traditional like Razorback ML or the Razorback V. And then we also have a licensed Floyd Rose, because this is a Korean import model, so you know they got to save a little bit of money every now and then. You can't have the luxury Schaller or original Floyd Rose. We also have these unbranded Dean pickups. I'm pretty sure they're Dean pickups, but no branding on them or anything. Pretty sure they're a more budget-friendly take on the Dimebucker or Bill Lawrence XL500 and the Duncan 59 bridge in the neck position. That's how Dime had his all wired up. So we also have a C-shaped neck, not like the V-shape that you're going to have on the American models as well, whether it's Washburn or Dean. So now, I guess at that point, for the price I got this for, and versus what the other prices of, well, even these guitars and other Korean or import and American Dean or Washburns are, it's kind of crazy, you know. So if you can live with a couple changes, you know, on some of these import models, you know, that'll differ from the USA ones, like the V-shaped neck and the higher quality parts for the most part, or like the licensed bridges and everything. This is a great platform if you want to take that to the next level and start modding it. Great platform for it. It's super well built guitar, just from kind of holding it and feeling it and everything. And to my knowledge, I scored because this one also came with a brass block. Pretty sweet. But yeah, if you want to, grab one of these if you can find them cheap and mod it, because it's a really well built guitar. All these early 2000s pre-Dean Zielinski leaving Dean guitars era guitars are made extremely well. So if you can find one, grab one, and that's kind of all I have to say. These are really good stuff. Anyways, with all that being said, let's just get to some tones and hear how this sounds. I'm going to be plugging straight into my interface, going through Neural DSP, and yeah, that's just about it. A couple distorted tones, maybe a little bit of leads, then expect a full demo later on that'll showcase this whole thing with a cover or something. So that's the Dean Shadow ML Dimebag signature. Now, this was just a quick video just to kind of show you what this whole thing's about and unbox it and everything. But as I said earlier, just stay tuned for a full demo that's going to show what this guitar can do in the stock form. I'm thinking about changing maybe the bridge pickup to a Bill Lawrence XL500 or a Dimebucker. We'll see. It's hard to say. even the neck pickup too. We'll see if I want to change it or not. Usually I'm pretty okay with neck pickups, but the main difference that you're going to find with the stock version of this guitar, especially the bridge pickup, is that it does sound pretty fat, as you probably heard. A lot of my other Washburns and Deans that have the real Bill Lawrence XL500, those sound a little bit more articulate because the rails on the magnets, as you can see here, they're pretty thin. So the thicker the magnet, the thicker the sound you're going to get. Whereas if you have a thinner magnet, you're going to have a more aggressive and tighter sound. So, you know, different strokes for different folks. Some people might love this, some people might want to change it. If you are the person who wants to make everything really Dimebag spec, then you might want to change it to the Dimebucker or the Seymour or the Bill Lawrence. Otherwise, you know, this sounds pretty amazing as its own guitar, not trying to do the whole Pantera thing. This is a really well-built guitar, as I said. Otherwise, if you like everything that you have seen in this video so far, please consider giving a like and a subscribe. And if this whole Dean, ML, Washburn D3, Pantera, Dimebag stuff, if that's up your alley. And if you got a cool Dean or Dimebag, Washburn Dimebag guitar, just let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear you talk about it, especially some of these earlier Korean Deans when Dean kind of came back out of nowhere. They're real sleeper guitars if you can find them. And otherwise, if you like all the other things I do, you know, consider subscribing, check all that stuff out. All that stuff's good for your health. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.